Now Dallas, 7 p.m.
Welcome back to the program. Well, enchanting the world's travellers, artists and romantics for centuries, the world city of Florence has a big reputation to live up to, and with inspiring architecture, priceless artworks and Tuscan wine, it does so with ease. Travel writer Adam Ford from the Big Bus Tour and Travel Guide joins us now from our Melbourne studio to tell us a bit more about the must-see attractions of Florence. Adam, Florence,
okay.
Always a popular choice.
Yes, it is, and I'm just going to apologise in advance for my appalling Italian pronunciations. I've been told to roll my R's, so I'm going to give it my best shot.
All right, all the best on that front. So perhaps we should just start off with why Florence? There are so many beautiful places in Italy to visit, but why Florence?
Yeah. Well, really, Florence is an amazing city to visit, and it's incredible because it's a very small city centre, so you can literally walk from one side of Florence to the other in about half an hour to 3/4 of an hour. It's largely pedestrianised, so it's a beautiful spot just to wander and soak up that La Dolce Vita. And really, Florence is like a chocolate box of Renaissance treasures that are as amazing on the inside as they look on the outside. So we're going to explore a few of those today. It's extraordinary.
All right, well, let's start with places to stay then.
Absolutely. Well, I've got a couple of executive retreats for you. So the first one is the Antica Torre di Via Torbioni. How's that?
Well done.
That literally translates to ancient tower. It's a historic boutique hotel located on the Arno River. Now, the tower itself dates back to the 13th century, so it's an incredibly old building. It's got a variety of room types and suites there, but one of the big highlights for me is the rooftop terrace. Sitting up there on the rooftop, looking out over those red ochred roofs of Florence, just enjoying a Prosecco at the end of the day is an extraordinary experience. The second one I've got for you is a little easier to pronounce. That's the Hotel Savoy on the Piazza della Repubblica.
Yes, that's right.
Yep, Della Repubblica. Now, the Savoy Hotel is also a historic hotel. It's housed in a building that was built back in the 19th century, so it's a little bit younger than the first option. But it does have an incredible range of rooms and suites there also available. I'm going to recommend the Repubblica Suite, which is 70 square metres in size. It's a one-bedroom apartment, so it just gives you a bit of extra space, something that Italian hotels and, look, European hotels in general are not renowned for. So check that one out. The other thing I love about the Hotel Savoy is it has its own private dining area down on the Piazza della Repubblica, so you can sit down there at the start of the day, enjoy your biscotti and cafe latte and watch the Florentine world drift by.
Sounds pretty good, but the best bit has to be the restaurants, the bars and the cafes. What are the top picks?
Look, eating out anywhere in Italy is fantastic. Italian food's very different to what we get here in Australia. It's sharper, it's bolder, the flavours are richer. I've got three options for you. The first is Il Palagio, which is located in the Four Seasons Hotel. That's a fine dining option. Think beautiful high vaulted ceilings. They've got a lovely outdoor deck area, a stunning garden. As I say, Michelin starred, so it's a fine dining option. It really takes traditional Italian food and gives it a contemporary twist, so that's definitely worth checking out. If you really want some traditional Italian, head for a restaurant called Buco Mario, which serves very traditional Italian food. It's one of the oldest restaurants in Florence. It opened back in 1883, and that is the spot to head for the renowned Fiorentina bistecca, which literally means big chunk of T-bone steak. So check that one out as well. And also over in the San Lorenzo district, La Monegere is a concept food store. It's also a coffee shop, a bar and a homewares shop. It's got a very innovative menu and fantastic coffee.
Let's also talk about the sights to see. And the Statue of David, that's probably got to be the most famous, doesn't it?
Yeah, look, I mean, most Aussies heading to Florence are going to want to see Michelangelo's David. You can find it at the Galleria Accademia. The other big one for Aussies is the Uffizi Gallery. Of course, it's one of the most famous art galleries in the world. famous for its Renaissance art collection, also famous for its world-beating queues. You can queue for up to 5 hours during peak season. There is a way around that. Aussies are not going to have a problem with it. Jump online, pre-book your tickets, head straight to the top of the queue. The other attraction I'm just going to quickly cover is the Vasari Corridor. Now, the Medici family that ruled Florence back in the during the Renaissance built this aerial walkway which stretches all the way from the Uffizi up the Arno River, across the Ponte Vecchio and down to the Pitti Palace. Now, they essentially did that because they didn't want to mix with the hoi polloi down at street level, and of course getting a knife in the back was quite common for royalty back in those days. So the Vasari Corridor today is an extraordinary look back at Florentine history. It's lined with its own amazing collection of Renaissance art. It's never ending. It's a little bit on the expensive side. It's about €85 per person, and you have to do it on a private tour. But definitely worth checking out if you want to try something a little different. That's the Vasari Corridor. And I'm just going to end up with another very a fantastic Italian custom. It's not exclusive to Florence, but certainly across Italy, and that is aperitivo, a pre-dinner drink in the evening. As I mentioned earlier, you can enjoy a Prosecco, but one of the things Aussies absolutely love about aperitivo is the free bar snacks. You've got beautiful nuts and olives and crostini. You just help yourself.
Anything that's free. Anything that's free, we love.
Absolutely.
I understand.
Now, if you want any more information...
Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
I was just going to ask as well, what time of year is it best to go? Would it be far too hot to, say, travel in July?
It is hot to travel in July and August, and also that's peak season, so you've got those massive queues. The European summer is the busiest time of year to go. I love spring, when the season is just starting and the weather's nice and temperate. It's not too hot. The crowds are not too, heavy. Also in autumn. Autumn's a great time as well. You can pick up some great fares to Europe from sort of mid-September to October. So that's another fantastic option. But either of those shoulder seasons, really great times to visit anywhere in Europe.